And hello, hello, hello. We are here again at the Out of the Mud Studios in downtown Flint. And this is Lessons with Larry, episode 80. Yes, we are at episode 80. This road has been a smooth one with a ride unbelievable. And we have with us Money Mike. Stephanie Winfrey will not be with us tonight, but we do give love and a shout out to her. Today's episode is about people underestimate the power of the tongue. And you know what's next. Here's Larry.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thanks for that introduction, Brother George F. Grundy II. Appreciate that. It was real well put together, you know. And so how you doing, Brother Mike?
I'm doing good every day above ground is a blessing. That's my view.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's all right. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? I want to send a special shout out to, Out of the Mud. Want to send a special shout out to James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, you know, and send a shout out to Stephanie. She wasn't with us this evening, but she shall return. You know, her presence is really missed. You know what I mean? And we'll see her soon. Today's episode is about how people underestimate the power of the tongue and how the tongue can speak life into one's life and it can speak death. A lot of people have arrived here by the tongue, you know, starting out with the tongue. And even if it was just one of your parents or your dad, he was saying, "Hey, baby," to your mama. You dig? Next thing you know, 9 months later, here you go. But nevertheless, you know, it could be. It also came. People lost their lives. A lot of people lost their lives because of their tongue. Because that tongue can tell a lie, they can make a person lose their life. You know what I mean? So yeah, what's your take on that, Mike?
I mean, first of all, I agree wholeheartedly with what you just said, but also on the flip side of it, it can save lives. It has saved lives,
Facts.
and we have a thing now that where we say information is very vital, and getting the proper information, you understand, can help a whole lot of people. So it's just about which way a person choose to use that mouthpiece.
Yeah, and even sharing information. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we come here every week and we share information based upon our own thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then try to put a positive twist on whatever. You know what I mean? Because a situation is always what you know how you look at it. You know how
Right.
two people can look at the same thing and see something different.
Because, unfortunately, each time we see something of a life taken or some sort of assault or whatever it is that led to some violence, then once it's broken down, then you get the comments. And they comments, when you look at their comment, it's not that them people being smart, but they done sized up what it is and say, wait a minute. For instance, all this person did was try to sell this person an item, and then this person took things the wrong way. Now a death came from it. Over
What you
this,
referring to? Just so
I mean, well, I watched it. I just had watched the
you
situation.
took me out the gas station, not at
Yeah,
Murder Marathon.
no, I don't know where. No, no,
What?
no. This is somewhere else, but it was a guy saying in there paying for his stuff, and it showed where he told the guy, he said, "Hey, talk to your man and tell him, man, watch who you talking to. I ain't cut like that." Man said, "What you mean, man? All he was doing was trying to share some weed." He said, "Yeah, man, but after he kept asking me, I feel some type of way, like if he trying to rob me or something." So then the brother would step up to pay for his stuff and say, "Well, look, man, if he was gonna rob you, you'd already been robbed." So my man, whip out and be like, "No, because somebody gonna lose their life or whatever." And things escalated from there.
No
And then when I looked, it was gunfire, it was gunplay,
gunplay.
and big gunplay.
Okay.
But then when I looked at the comments, and after I looked at it, like the people say, well, wait a minute, all this over it's because the person didn't want to buy some weed, which don't get me wrong, we don't know the full dynamics of it. But that's why I like to go hypothetically speaking, things, because if it's not something I know factual, I don't
Right.
speak on it once again, watching that tongue.
Right.
But we do know that things can transpire either negative or positive from what comes out your mouth.
Yeah. Somebody had showed me the video. I think from Saturday up at I think it's an Amco station now, but I still call it Murder Marathon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? One of the most dangerous places to get gas. You know, like I said, I ain't dying to ride and I ain't dying to put no gas in no car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just it's the state of mind that we in these days, you know? Everybody get offended by everything. You know what I mean? And then they let that being offendedness, they let that you know, take over their whole life, their whole being, you know?
Definitely.
And it's you know it's one of the things you can say that's really sad.
Yeah.
We living in a sad
Yeah.
state for real.
I think each and every night that a person go to bed and when they wake up, but I feel that they should go with prayer and asking God, you understand, to help them identify who they are. Because a lot of people go to bed, understand, not realizing you
Right,
you living for what other people think.
right, right,
You
right,
know,
right. No, I agree with you on that too.
yeah.
You know what I
Um,
mean? Yeah,
so these views of how people look at things is part of what adds to what come up out their mouth. And if they have a word, pessimist. You know,
pessimist.
yeah, if you're a pessimist, you always see the worst in things, nothing good.
Facts. That's a fact.
For instance, business and is business, and let's just say, for instance, there'll usually be 3 to 4 of us on here because we're not gonna forget about Juice the
Right.
Truth
Well,
because
facts.
she out there in the field
Yeah,
taking care
taking
of her
care of her.
business,
Yeah,
because
taking
you
care
got
of
to
her
make
fair.
that living,
That's
and she
right.
definitely puts that juice on hers,
That's right. That's
and
right.
Stephanie, she's dealing also with her mother in a rehab place, so there's a
Yeah,
lot going
yeah,
on.
yeah. Life can be life. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly, exactly. But just nevertheless, it depends on that frame of mind once again, and where people how they take things. Like I say, this is business. We usually have others.
Yeah.
I might call a person, hey, you want to come on the show? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's an opportunity. And then, this is my thing.
You never know what you can say that might help someone.
But let's look at this here. Not only that, especially when we out here on this God fearing, and stuff like that. If you say that, you expect it to represent that.
Mm.
And my thing is what if instead of making something personal, what if God said, you know what? Hey, call this person because this person is highly intelligent, have very positive things to say. And I said, well, come on. But instead of person maybe looking at that, hey, this was God calling you to come and give your 2 cents of positivity. This person might have just took something the wrong way and made it all about something that is not.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean. But a lot of times when I think in my mind side, right? This ain't going off. It's veering off a little bit, but not going too far. Um, I think that these days, not only dealing with the power of the tongue, but I think that a lot of people are ashamed to say who they really represent. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know, because I say, your actions should actually show who you represent. You shouldn't have to say I'm this, I'm that, because your action is going to testify to who and what you
Speak
are.
for itself.
Yeah, it's going to speak for itself. But a lot of times our actions don't align with who we say we follow, or who we say we that represents or leads our life. Our actions don't align with that. And I think and I'm not pointing no fingers at no one,
Right.
because I make a conscious decision to watch my own actions. You know what I mean, to make
And,
sure that my actions aren't testifying against what I say.
and you watch what come out of your mouth. You
Facts,
think
facts.
think before you speak.
Oh no, you
Yes.
supposed to look before you leap and think
Because
before you speak.
right.
You
Because
did?
it can be very revealing, unbeknownst to you.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
really
yeah.
telling something on yourself.
For real. But speaking to the power of the tongue, right?
Yeah.
You know, everything that you see, you know what I'm saying, or come from a thought.
Yes.
And oftentimes when you reveal your thoughts, without thinking, you ever heard this saying say you have not because you ask not?
No, I didn't
You ain't
look
never
at
heard
it
that?
that way.
You ain't never heard that?
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get that far in the Donald Goins book. But go
No,
ahead.
no, this was in the
I'm
Bible.
just man. I'm just messing. You know, I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah, I
You know, I gotta take. Stephanie ain't here, so
okay,
I gotta hit on
okay.
somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, you have not because you ask not. But a lot of times we ask for things and we really don't want them because you can ask for something in that power of that tongue, it's gonna deliver it. You know, be it good or bad. You know,
Right.
you can ask for something bad to happen to somebody else and it can happen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
For real.
Real
you know?
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then too, I'm also take this opportunity, you know, to thank Out of the Mud,
Yeah.
James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield,
Mm-hmm.
George F. Grundy II,
Yes, sir.
and you know my brother as well, Larry Lott, LL.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it's a beautiful thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? When we would get to a space in life where we can also recognize the power of that tongue.
Like, what's the name of your organization with the kids?
Oh, lots of love, mentors for
Lots of
success.
love, mentors for success. You say that, but also you have that.
Right.
You doing that.
Right.
So you know, a lot of people I tell them say, "Well, let your actions match your words now." You know?
Yeah, your words and your actions, your words and your deeds should coincide. They should run.
Right.
They should run. Parallel.
Yeah, hand in hand.
Yeah, for real. They should.
Yeah.
Thoughts of things. Yeah.
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 Rod Mack.
Rod
Yep.
Mack.
Thoughts
Yeah.
are things. And good
Clown
evening,
Bay.
my good brother.
Hey, good evening, brother.
Good evening, bro.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Yeah, appreciate your input.
By any chance, not that I'm trying to insinuate anything, Rod Mack, but you wouldn't happen to have a partner tied up with you, do you?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Well,
what's happening. You know what I mean? And it's just real important, to think about what you say before you say it.
And that's what's so great about Out of the Mud. Out of the Mud, to me, this is just me personally. Out of the Mud put together a heck of a roster. And all of us, I believe, fed off of one another.
Right.
Because with me, a lot of my input, my feelings towards this, it comes from all the other shows.
Right.
Because they have so much to give as well.
Right.
And I'm like sitting, even though like I'm a part of it, but then I'm also a fan of it.
Okay. Right.
And I like it, like I say, because Out of the Mud brings some very powerful things. In fact, after our show, we have the married couple come on with their positive show.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, and Miss Tara Lisa, she gonna always bring it.
Yeah.
Point blank. We looking forward to the new show that she got coming as well.
Monday after our show was his and her Mondays
Right.
Mondays Matter, right?
Right. Yeah.
With Will and Tanisha
Will and Tanisha,
at
right.
9 p.m.
Great
Check them
show.
out. Beautiful show. They always have something positive to
Right.
say, and yeah, definitely. Okay, hey, Steph.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
there she go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's missing in action.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, I'm
Where you
here.
at? But you need to mic up or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, we thought we was gonna have to put you on the milk cart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You was asleep. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
beautiful
Okay.
thing. Yeah. Well, we sure thinking
Well,
about
you know
you.
that
Glad
go-
to see you there.
Yeah, but they go down as a tardy. That's not a good
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah.
School, they go down
That's
as a tardy.
That's a no call, no show. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back again, on that, watching what you say and giving thought to what you say is very important. Because even the time to speak, there's truly, no matter how old we get, I'm grown, but they don't speak out of anger.
Right.
That timeout is a very good thing to make part of your system. Because you would say some things and may not know the damage that you done caused, and it can't be taken back. And also, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna pitch it out there to you, and then I'll let you bring it in.
Okay.
Even as parenting to your kids at a very young age, take it from there.
Yeah, you definitely have to watch what you say to your children. You speaking into their lives. The days of you ain't no good like your daddy. You ain't gonna be nothing. And
Yeah.
them days is over with because we've
Yeah.
actually seen
Mothers.
the results. We've actually, experienced the results
Yes.
of what
Yes.
type of damage that can
Yeah.
do. So,
Yeah.
you can carry it on and keep pushing the same narrative, or you can be
Mhm.
like, hold on, that wasn't
Yeah.
positive, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna feed that into mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real.
And here's another powerful thing that come off the tongue that I feel is very powerful in a positive way. Please understand when the words is put out there, break that cycle. When it's a negative cycle, because we what you call repeated offenders. When we didn't sit there, we don't see a lot of things. We don't. None of us really know nothing about our mother's mother and our father's
Mm,
history
right,
of what they went through,
right.
which they did the best to develop you to who you are. Then come the kids, but it come a time that you have to evaluate this stuff and say, wait a minute, I know they did it out of love, but it just wasn't effective. So, hey, no disrespect to them, but let me reroute this and do this in another way to try to get better results. Because, once a kid is scarred, it's hard to come back from.
Yeah,
And you don't have to ask me, ask yourself. Because in some shape or form, we all, done experienced it in some type of way.
that's a fact.
Not trying to blame nobody. Because, like I say, uh, when I finally talked with some of my family members, and they would share things with me, and I had no clue that their stepfather was this out cold. You told me some stuff about their stepfather that when I'm like, man, our coach. So, like once again, just because you meet people as adults, let's not forget that they were kids at one time too, and wasn't always able to defend themselves, and handle the things that was brought to them. So therefore, unintentionally, they bringing to you the best love that they can, and again, it may not be effective. So we got to try to recognize that.
And really, when you think about it, we supposed to be getting better. We're not supposed to get worse. If you getting worse, that means you doing something wrong. We are supposed to get better. We were supposed to be better than our parents, and our children were supposed to be better than us. And you can go on back. It's supposed to get better, and a lot of it comes from what's spoken. What's being spoken off their tongue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you can speak positivity too.
right.
And it don't
Yeah.
hurt. Matter of fact, it's oftentimes take less
Mhm.
effort to speak positivity in one's life than it do to speak negativity in one's life.
What's the call-in
You
number?
remember
I
that's
can't
what's
see
it
it.
called?
Well,
And
put your contact lenses on.
it's a 248-820-5053.
820-5053 with the area code 248.
Yeah,
248 820
820-5053. Yeah, and the lines are open, Miss Winfrey. We love to hear from you. You're supposed
Yeah,
to be up
I
here.
know you got something to say.
I know you do. But and then she did say the kids are so disrespectful. But then that go back to the parent. I mean,
Right.
you know what I'm
See,
saying? See,
see
you
that
can't
that
point.
finger
Yeah,
pointing. Yeah, that finger
definitely
pointing.
the parent is
No,
attached to that as well.
because because you think you doing the right thing, don't necessarily mean you doing the right thing.
That's a fact.
And
That's a
don't
fact.
ever be afraid to go back and look at yourself
And make
and,
them
and do a
adjustments.
reevaluation
Yeah.
of yourself and make your adjustments.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Because that's where the true strength is at.
Right.
True
And
strength
then
is
the
in
more,
change.
not I don't know Stephanie situation, but for some of the parents that may say, these kids are so disrespectful. Soon as one of their kids see that, all you doing is lighting a fire and digging that hole deeper and deeper. I mean
Deeper
deeper
and deeper.
to not get out of it because you didn't trigger them because you still ain't recognizing your
Stephanie said
situation
she
and
called.
part in it. Yeah, Steph said she called.
Yeah, we haven't received their
Yeah,
calls.
it's
Stephanie.
not coming through.
Yeah. The number
Keep
again is
trying.
248-820-5053. Yeah. And so but that's real. That's a real valid point, Mike. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
real
saying?
talk.
It is.
Because I done witness, we all witness things.
Yeah. And a lot of the things we witnessed kind of make us where we are today.
And then the part I witnessed, But then I'm the type to take time to say, well, look, let me hear you out because I want to understand what got you feeling this way. And once they explain it to me,
Mhm.
I'm like, wow. Uh, although I don't agree
You
with
have a
how you
different
may
understanding.
talk to your parent, but I understand where this coming from.
Right.
I wholly, it was mistakes made
Right.
on the parents' behalf. You know,
Facts. Facts.
and I didn't say this this is a long, long time ago on one of your shows. But my dad had asked me something one time, and I took it a certain type of way. But I ended up telling him once I got older, and my little brother was involved. I said, "Hey, don't remember this. Don't give a kid the option to have a grown person's decision or choice because they ain't mature enough to make that choice."
Right. Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said,
Yeah.
"Man, thanks." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's real talk.
Yeah.
But don't go.
He may have never even thought of
Yeah,
it like that.
but
You know.
don't engage in cursing, talking about people, and allow your child to cuss with you about it. But then once the cussing come your way, now they so disrespectful. No, there's guidelines to any and everything in parenting,
Yeah.
and certain lines you don't cross. We ain't smoking weed together. We ain't drinking together. If we go out, it's gonna be a respectful outing.
Right.
It ain't finna be partying. I'm not partying with you.
Right. You ain't even old enough for your party with.
Hey,
Yeah.
So we,
Yeah.
and it's not trying to bash no parent.
No.
All I'm saying is bring your awareness to get the best results you can
And
for family
speak life.
situations.
That's one thing we need to start really doing is
Mm.
speaking life into each other. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And
Why you think the phone calls might not be coming through?
yeah,
Yeah,
we really need to start speaking life into each
because
other. You
I
know.
think I done missed through the duration of the last 6 months. I think I done missed at least 1 million calls.
Right. 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 Well, yeah. So yeah. You know.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
We're
then.
working on
Well,
it.
we're
We're
trying
working
to
on it
correct
right
that.
now. Yeah.
It's not that we're trying to
Technical
ignore
difficulties, and we
ignore
definitely
you.
trying to work it out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to work that out.
Right.
Yeah, he's trying to work that out for anybody may want to call in. But
Hmm.
also like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Please do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But yeah. So like I was saying, brother Mike, the importance of being able to speak things,
yeah,
and knowing the power of the tongue, recognizing the power of the
yeah.
tongue makes hold
Oh,
up, Tara Lisa
Tara
McBride.
Lisa.
Hey Tara Lisa, how you
Hey,
doing? Shout out to Tara Lisa McBride. She say the tongue has power that cannot be reversed. I've learned that I learned that you should be patient and think before you speak, especially when you're speaking with children. And
amen
that's
to
an
that.
actual fact. And I
Amen
just
to
tell
that.
you this, it ain't there's not a rocket, there's not a fighter jet, there's not um the the sound barrier, there's nothing that that's faster than this than a word spoken out off the tongue.
Okay.
Nothing, because once it rolled off, it can't be brought back in.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But let me ask you all this question here. Now, what about when we talk about what come off the mouth and off the tongue? What about this saying here? And it was very simple, but yet
Simplistic.
it has so much power to it. Is if you don't have nothing good to say,
Don't
don't
say
say nothing
nothing
at
at
all.
all. Yeah, yeah. They knew what they was. They definitely knew what they were doing.
The mic's on. Touch that. The mic's.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah. So, but that's a fact. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
I
That is
definitely
true.
agree with you, Miss Tara
Our
Lisa.
tongue has power. That
Yes.
cannot be reversed.
Right.
Yeah,
And a whole
and
friendship
that's why you should
over
watch what you
over an
say.
angry moment of a misunderstanding. And then once you get the misunderstanding corrected, but still the
A lot of
damage
people
been
won't even.
done
They won't even
for what's
use their
been
tongue. Hold
said.
up. But a lot of people, they'll see that the misunderstanding was really. Carla, can you hear us? Well, I got to put the mics on. I'm put the headphones on. Carla, can you hear us? Go ahead, Carla.
Can you hear us? We can't hear each other.
I can, I
Music
can,
can hear
I
you.
can,
Can.
yeah, I can
Mine
hear
is off.
you. Okay, I can hear you. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
my mic is off.
it's very, very, very important that that people watch what they say.
It's
It's
disconnected
definitely
now.
off now. Yeah, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
but I couldn't
important.
even hear through my mic how I usually
You
can.
know,
So,
yeah, it's very important that we pay attention to what we say when we use that power of the
stay
tongue.
on there, Steph.
I never heard it. Yeah, but that's very important. You know what I mean? It can't be reversed. But a lot of people aren't quick to use their tongue to correct something that they did
Right.
wrong.
Yeah, I done
You know?
said it. So with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, but it's so people make what they feel comfortable with the most easiest,
Right.
and that's negativity.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. We live in a
we
negative
we
world,
so
the
so
negative
so quick to
environment.
say f you and oh well. You know.
Facts.
Yeah, very short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us now? Hopefully, you should be able to hear us.
Yeah, I'm still
Hello.
dead. My mic's still dead.
I mean, your headphones did.
Yeah,
But
the mic
because it
dead
seems like
because
I
you
can
can
hear
hear
you in my
a little
headphones.
echo off of this.
See, say that again. Say something, Mike. Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic. Mike.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yours on, but mine's off.
Right.
No, if
So the
yours
mic,
off. I think yours on too.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
I
but
don't
I
think
didn't
you.
hear nothing.
Yeah.
If he
Oh,
talking to the mic, I can't
you
hear.
might. Your ears might need some help. Let's see.
Might need cleaning.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Could use a good wax clean.
Peroxide.
What about now?
No,
What you
he
hear?
is
What you
working
hear?
now. I
Yeah.
know I wasn't tripping.
They working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working now.
So yeah.
So
Did she
Steph,
Did
call
they
in
call in?
again.
Yeah.
I don't know why she hung.
Okay. Let's say your children have feelings as well, and a voice to use, but they also follow by example. um, and a learned behavior from within the home. So if a parent is disrespectful towards the child, they will be disrespectful to all those
That
they
speak
speak
with.
with. They speak
Yes,
with.
that's
Yeah, I
true.
agree. That's a
I
fact.
agree with you. I definitely
That
agree
is a
with you.
fact. That is
Yeah.
hey, that's yeah. You hit
And
the nail right on the head.
cause like me and you witnessed this.
Right.
Where our parents, was loving these guys, our fathers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then it don't work out. And they handle it the best way they can, but sometimes you can be looked at, Mike, I get Kool-Aid. Hell no, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Look at just like your dad. She
Yeah.
mad at him.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steph, call now and we can hear. Call in.
Says she can't get in. Okay, what do you say? The tongue can do three things. It can save, create, and destroy uh, with the words we speak. Facts.
Fact.
Facts.
Definitely a fact.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And the more of us paid attention to what we say,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This would be a better place. Well, put it like this, communications would be much better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Again, he, rest in peace. To
I can't get in.
To who?
okay,
Hold
young.
on.
Okay,
Okay.
we can hear.
Is
We,
it?
we hear you. We hear you.
Hello? Okay.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so how's it going?
I think
It's
Stephanie
going.
say. I think you have to find out what's going on with them mentally. They go through stuff. Are you talking about kids again?
Or you just talking about people?
People. What's wrong?
Well, I'm talking about kids.
Okay.
I figured that before I put them in attack mode. I just wanted to hear you clearly on that. But you know what?
Don't-
Before you go to checking on the kids, we as parents got to check on ourselves first. Because for it to get to the point that it got, some mistakes have been made, and it's the problem. So many people feel that accepting they part in something makes them so bad or a villain, and then they put up a shield of denial. But no, I'm just
Well,
strictly saying it
okay.
got to start with the parent first
Okay.
evaluating themselves.
Okay. But let me. Okay. No, I don't think it's. I
Go ahead, Steph. We
can
can
I.
hear you.
Yeah, we listening.
Okay. I think I'm in a delay here because this is the thing. A parent can become and accept the fact that they have made mistakes and stuff like that, right? We as a parent, and me as a parent, I'm not perfect, and I know a lot of people out there know that they're not perfect. But at the end of the day, that okay, we get past that. Now we have to come to a solution. What is the solution to communicate, to get to the children, to let them know that yes, we as parents, we are traumatized too. We had a podcast about this before, about the parents also being traumatized. We as women, and mothers and fathers, they go, they are traumatized. A lot of men go to jail, come back, have issues, but and the kids have to deal with the missing parent. Then you got the parent, the mother at home struggling, going through things. Of course, the child at this point, they're going to go through something because of what we have put on them. But moving forward, how do you fix that? We can't stay stuck in the fact that, yeah, you made a mistake and yeah, you did this as a parent. Okay, we know
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Moving forward, what do we do? Because
This,
now the kids don't even want to hear nothing from us,
okay,
because
okay. Let
we
me.
were the one who got them there, and where what they think, when what they don't realize is there's no written handbook on parenting and how to fix our trauma, and how to deal with our trauma not to affect our children.
See,
So I feel like everything that you're saying is absolutely
right, but
correct, but it's got
can I
to be a
respond to
way
that?
to
Because you
get
put
to
a
the
good
kids. And
question.
sometimes
You put a
through
good
parent
question
is
out there.
not
Can I
it.
respond to it?
Sometimes it takes an outside source or somebody different to sit those children down, like what Larry's doing. Pulling them boys together, talking to them. They might listen more to him than they do their parents at home, because they don't want to hear it from them. He is an outside source and somebody different that's not biased,
But
that's not, going to judge them in no kind of way.
can I? Can
So
I?
we need more
Can we get a
people
word in
like
with that?
Larry. We need a group to get these girls together, and
Facts.
some and get them together where they can go and talk about their problems and get things off of their chest. Sometimes it still takes a village. When I was coming up, we had villages. There is no
True.
more villages anymore.
Okay, but it takes a woman to show a little girl how to become a woman. Like it takes a
Absolutely.
man to show a little boy how to become a man. And
See,
one thing that I do believe in when it comes to me dealing with my boys, I hold them to a higher standard. Mediocrity is just not it. We don't mediocre just passing. That ain't gonna do it because you're much greater than that. And I hold them to that. And that's
Hmm.
dealing with the power of the tongue too.
now this is one of
Hmm.
the first times.
Go ahead.
No, about the second time, but I disagree with you.
Which one?
See,
Which one? Me or stuff?
with
Okay,
you,
go ahead.
I disagree with you, bro. Because see, once you don't understand the trickery that been put into play out here for our race as a race, see, when you say the man teach the boy how to be a man, and the woman teach the girl how to be a woman, no, it's designed for both.
Right.
It's
I mean, yeah,
designed for both parents because each parent brings
something different to it.
something in balance. Everything's balanced. If you go here with chop the tree down and the manly thing, then he don't know how to be soft and gentle when it comes
So,
to a woman. And things. But give me one more quick second, because we appreciate everyone that chimes in.
Right.
And we got Willie Buford.
My man.
He said, "Life and death is in the power of
Of
the
the
tongue.
tongue.
Those who love it will eat
Eat
its
its
fruit."
fruit. Yeah, facts. Yeah,
Facts. Then you got
I
Tara
totally
Lisa
agree.
just chimed
Okay, guidance and self control. Also, respect. Never spare the rod. And when dealing with children, and always have self respect for yourself. And then the child can see how you move because they need stability and balance.
in. Okay,
And
now
that's a fact.
that's very good.
Yeah,
I
very.
agree. But let's go with
that
this. How many, Steph, did you see this? How many of you guys seen on the Facebook thing where the girl called, "Mama, you at the club again?" Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I miss that.
Right.
But back
Yeah.
to answer your question, Steph, when you say how do you fix it? Once again, I've been telling you this for the last month now straight. I've been telling you this. Hey man, when you got broken things in your relationship with the parent and the child, that's no different than that broken car out there. If you leave that car broken out there, you can go get in it 100 times and it still ain't gonna take you nowhere because it's still broken. So it's about getting things fixed. But
How,
sometimes you
how,
gotta
how do
fix,
you
hold
fix
on,
it?
by fixing your behavior. And I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna go hypothetically
Mm-hmm.
speaking, and I'm gonna just give you this example. You sit here and you recognize that your child has a problem and an issue, maybe with you. But instead of humbling yourself to sit down as the parent and say, you know what? Let me really just sit down and hear this child out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when this child points something out about me, let me not respond and be
Mm-hmm.
argumentative with this
Mm-hmm.
child,
Let me
but
look
let
for
Mm-hmm.
what
me
they
look
see.
into what they saying
Absolutely.
and research. Wait,
Absolutely.
I'm talking. I ain't trying to sing with you. I'm trying to talk to you.
Shoot.
So anyway,
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
but I'm just on some real stuff here.
No, go
For
ahead,
who
bro.
could
Go
who
ahead.
could take this,
Go ahead.
take this fruit, you understand, as the gentleman put it, and use it for good
Mm-hmm.
use. You got to sit down, and when they point this out to you, you got to go sit and say, you know what, I done heard you out, and
Mm-hmm.
if there's anything else you want to say, because I'm gonna take time and go back and think of everything you shared with me to see what I could correct about me to make our relationship better
Mm.
for
Mm-hmm.
each other. And then when you discover, you understand the
Mm-hmm.
broken things within yourself and
Mm-hmm.
correct it, then you can get the repair going. And
Mm-hmm.
this is not just saying it could be
Mm-hmm.
the father and the son.
Cause that
It
child
could
might
Mm-hmm.
like
the
like
child might take that
Okay,
same
let
this
me
hold up, that
let
child hold up.
me
That
let me
child can
please
hold up.
let me say
Okay,
something.
I am hold on one
you
second.
just said a lot, but
Let me
go
say
ahead.
hold up. That child
No,
can
I didn't
take
say
just what
enough.
you just said. If the child see the parent say, hold on, let me go look at this and I'm gonna get back with you. And then come back and be honest and come back and say,
Mm-mm.
you know what?
Oh, you a
You was
bunch of
absolutely
apologies.
right. You know what I'm saying? Then when
But
that child, hold up, when that child has children, that child may take that same scenario and run it past his own child, another child. So you don't
And,
know
and
that's
like
how future
Stephanie
generation.
and like Stephanie said, not only with the father and that son,
Right,
but like she say, outside.
right. A
So hey,
village.
once you got you together, then you go to
but
that child,
let me
then look for the outside as well.
let
But
me
go ahead, Steph.
let me okay. Everything I respectfully, Mike. I understand what you're saying. I understand the assignment. I understand the process of sitting down and letting your child talk and seeing what I've done on all levels. I respect that. Done that. But let me tell you what you're missing because this is something that you haven't experienced. I have.
Oh,
I
so
have
now we
lived.
talking about you.
No, yeah,
Go
yeah, we
ahead.
will talk about
All
me.
right, okay, I'm
We
just
will talk
listening.
about me.
No, I'm
We
just
will
listening.
talk about
Go
me.
ahead.
I don't have a problem with that because I'm a realist and
No, no.
I
Could you
keep
get to the
I
point,
keep it.
please? We listening to you
Would you
and
be
your
quiet?
experience.
Me and you know what?
No, I'm just asking you to get to the point, though.
Would you be
Please.
quiet?
Go
Would you
ahead.
be
Let her
quiet?
speak.
But anyway, okay, you make me lose my damn train of thought.
Hold on, watch the
Damn.
language now. We might have
Yeah.
kids watching this.
Okay, I'm
Watch the
Okay.
sorry. Kids, get off the phone.
Monica Southward.
yep. She said,
Monica Southward.
me working in the high school, our children have trauma in
In
their
their
lives. And
lives.
I totally agree with
Totally
you.
agree.
Hold on, I'm gonna say
Absolutely.
untreated
But let
trauma.
me
Not
finish.
just trauma, but untreated trauma.
And absolutely, we have trauma. So, with that being said, when a trauma person sit down and talk to a child that they have traumatized, no matter if we try to let them know, I want to fix it, I love you, and blah blah blah, they don't want to hear
What
it.
about
I
but
promise you
you
that.
didn't mention what I just mentioned though.
You did. I
No,
did.
I didn't
You
hear
you
you say, "Hey, I'm gonna tell a child, hold on a minute. I'm gonna go think
yeah.
deeply on the
Mm.
things you said
That
about
is
me,
saying that.
and I'm gonna
I
look
might
at
have not
me."
said, hold
But
on a
that's the
minute.
problem with words today.
That
Okay,
power
but
they
I might
strong.
not. But
When you
Mike, that's
improperly say something, it's
but
gonna
Mike,
get
that's how.
taken in a way
Wrong
that it
way.
But
wasn't
but
supposed to be
Mike,
taken.
that's how you choose to speak. But what
No,
I'm saying is, no, no,
straight
no, no.
vocabulary is straight vocabulary,
Okay,
and
but
a
that
straight
is, I
message
may
is a
not
straight
listen.
message.
I may
Am I
not
missing
say it
something
the
here?
way that you say it, but I'm still saying it respectfully, though. No matter what, I'm still saying it
Hey,
respectfully.
you know what? I love you, and I'm gonna take you on as my client. And
No, hell no.
I am.
I mean, sorry.
Because I see what's going on with you.
I'm sorry.
You have a very strong listening problem.
I'm sorry.
You have a listening
sorry.
problem. Sincerely.
We
You
need
have
a
a
paper.
listening problem.
We need that blue.
But you do.
Mike,
And see,
I
by
sat
you
there
being
and heard
see, if
everything.
you listen to what you said, you said
No, you need to
said I'm a
listen.
traumatized person trying to have
I
a
know I said a
conversation
traumatized
with my
person.
with my daughter
I
with a
said, no, I
problem.
didn't say that. I
What did
said
you
a
just say?
traumatized person. I said a traumatized person is now trying to sit down with with a child that they have traumatized.
Okay.
Now
Not
I'm
gonna get
speaking-
nowhere.
I'm
Because
speaking
nothing fixed.
respectfully that out of love, letting that child know that I love them. How can I fix this? How can we move forward? And what can I do? But at the end of the day, Mike, they sometimes do not
You
want to
using
hear
you
from
basing
us.
that off the same
Sometimes it
broken
takes an
formula
outside
that you
source
use.
to get to these kids.
I agree.
Mike,
We
respectfully.
agree to that.
No, but
I
that's
agree
all
with
I'm
you.
saying. But you keep saying
No.
sit down with your child.
No,
That don't work.
I'm listening to what you said.
Mean, real talk.
You said a traumatized mother or father going to go talk to a traumatized kid. That's not gonna get nowhere.
I got a quick question. Can I throw a quick question out there? How many of us have seen people who disrespected themselves in front of their children? Oh, let me ask you this. Is it easy to respect somebody that you see disrespecting themselves?
I think everybody has done it at least one
No.
time in their life.
Hold on, now you
in
missed
front
it.
of their
Let's go back
kids.
to no.
And if you say you
Hold
haven't,
on,
I don't believe you.
no. Listen. The question was, is it easy to respect somebody who you see disrespecting themselves?
No, it's not easy to respect somebody. Absolutely not. But Larry, let me tell you about the reality of humans. Things that you be at home. I'm just gonna throw something out there, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
Okay.
You're married, right?
Yeah.
And you might all of a sudden have an argument in front of your child, just out the blue.
See, I don't.
No. I mean, I'm not saying
no.
Right.
But
I'm just saying hypothetically.
But see, I'm smart enough. Hold on. Let me say this. But see,
but everybody
even if my
you though, Larry.
I know that's true. But see, I make a conscious decision to not argue in front of my child. If it's first of all, if it calls for an argument, then it's a grown folks conversation, and no children need to be around. So
absolutely,
and me and my wife, we at the point that we didn't, we understood this before the baby was born. If it's something that we need to talk about and we know it's gonna get heated, then wait for the appropriate time to talk about it. Where the child never experienced what we going through, because what we don't want to do, I don't want my child to see arguing as that's normal behavior. I don't even want. Right. I'm not trying to send that message.
Absolutely. And listen, me and my baby father, Jayla father, we never argued in front of her. She never, not one time, seen us argue, ever. But everybody is not fortunate to be in an environment like that.
That's right.
Because things pop off. You might, and even, but just in the world of seeing people disrespect themselves, and us as mothers, and sometimes we get ourselves in a disrespect situation, and the child is there, we might immediately try to get up out of it. But life be life, and for some of these parents.
Yeah.
But everybody is not like you, Larry. And then what.
And it took me a long time. Hold on. I'm not perfect by a long shot, but it took me a long time to get to this space that I'm at, to where I could recognize my faults and my flaws and address them and do something about them, as opposed
absolutely.
to saying that's just me. No, I don't.
Because you made a conscious decision,
flat out,
which means you thought
facts.
Deep inside your soul to decide that I'm not going to traumatize my child, and you stood on business with that.
Excuse me though. Yeah. But just because a person may not argued in front of their child and got that part in order, there's something else that may have been done though in front of that child that could have done traumatized them. But I'm gonna do this right quick. We got Miss Tara Lisa, with Yes
As you
Larry,
going down,
a conscious decision.
oh,
We got Rod Mack saying, I don't respect no one that don't respect themselves. How could you? And we also got troublesome. What is that?
what you talking about? What you at?
Troublesome circumstantial.
You say AI viewer stream.
Uh, uh,
Stream, but that's
oh
something
no,
else.
that ain't it. It's this one. You have to earn. Oh, I'm sorry, Monica Southword. You have to earn
Her respect
respect
to
to
give
give
respect.
respect.
Right. And you know,
Agree.
and this is the way when it comes to respect, this is the way I look at it. This is the way Larry Lott look at it. I treat my respect like a loan, not a gift. Now, if I loan you some, I mean, if I give you some, you know, you can tell me thank you and you may get some again. But if you don't tell me thank you, I'm gonna feel like you ain't appreciate it and you ain't got to worry about it because I ain't gonna give you nothing else.
Absolutely.
Now, if I loan you something, get that back to me. So that's how I treat my respect. I loan my respect to everyone, and I
Mhm.
demand I need that back.
Absolutely. And we all need to, like you said, self-consciously
Yeah, you have to
um,
check yourself. Listen, you should be the
do that.
main one. I'm the main one to check me. Girl, I be on me so tough, you know. But it helps me to become a better person. It help, you know, if you want to create a
Hmm.
certain environment, you know, be that what you want to create. You know, I was told one time, if
Hmm.
you look around and you don't see you don't see no hero, become your own hero. Become
Yeah,
what you view as a hero. You know, let
Yeah,
that be you.
absolutely.
No one is perfect, but to acknowledge the errors of your ways is a great
man,
start. And I promise
man,
you, and that's where a lot of
that's
people don't do
bingo
that.
But
Yeah,
you know
jackpot,
what?
bingo
And let me
jackpot. Terry Lisa, but
yeah.
go ahead,
Tell at
Steph.
least right on.
but let me say this. I think that this is what's going on with these kids today. I mean, I'm on Facebook and I'm seeing them shooting down there
Yeah,
on
and murder
Saginaw.
marathon.
And
Well, I
yeah,
call it
and,
still marathon. It's Amco now, but
yeah,
I murder
that
marathon.
that yeah, they was down there, man. They set it off down there. I could not believe the video that I saw. But these kids, I just don't understand it. I don't know what it's gonna take for it to just stop. I think I just don't know,
Yeah,
Well,
and it has to be an
you
individual
know what to
thing
stop it.
with each one
You
of
know,
them.
check it out. You know what to stop it. What I think, if it won't stop it, I think that it would definitely be an honest attempt to stop it, and the women have to the young ladies or whatever, they have to go against that. If they go against it, it'll change overnight.
Yep,
you know what I
Straight
think could
up.
change it.
yep.
You know what I think could change it. Honestly,
What?
I think true enough. We got to be aware of what's going on in our society. But instead of putting the focus on what them ones out there doing, I think every sets of parents need to go and get in tune
With
with
their
their
children,
child
right?
individually. And I think you can get
Yep,
some
that's what I
progress.
just
Yeah,
said.
yeah. And if the girls
Mhm.
made it to where okay, if the
But I
girls
agree
made
with
it to
you
where
too,
it wasn't
Larry.
so cute, you know, violence wasn't so
Yep,
cute. Oh, how many bodies he got? Man, ain't nobody look. You got a
yep,
body. We don't want to have nothing to do with you. If that's
yep,
if the narrative would change overnight for real on its own,
Make them
yep,
feel alienated.
flat out
Yeah.
for real.
Willie
yep.
Buford.
But
Oh,
these
Mr. Buford,
girls,
hold up. Okay, so let me read Mr. Buford
mhm,
comment. He said, we have to be we have to be a catch all community where we catch each other. You know, meaning everyone has to become everyone's business. Come on now, man. That's what I'm
Yes,
talking
definitely.
about.
That's real
That's what's
talk.
happening. That's real.
That's
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 now
what
mhm,
Stephanie. That's what you was
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
That
yeah,
village.
yeah,
change.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
village.
Okay, and Terry Lisa said, I just said, hold up. I just said in my biggest critic. I guess when I'm she says she's her biggest
Biggest
critic.
critic.
And that's the way you're supposed to be because who can check you better
Right.
than you?
But if you don't look at once again, if you ain't willing to look at the error of your ways,
Okay.
then
You want to speak?
you stuck.
Okay, Mr. Grundy got something to say. Come on in, Mr.
So
Grundy.
I'm gonna kind of change it a little bit with all this unity and community and stuff like this. I want to know, are people around here still supporting Asian businesses? Are
Yes.
Facts.
people
Yeah,
around
of
here,
Yes.
course.
Yes.
even with the
Yes.
stuff that's going on with
Yes.
we have a broader community out here in
Yes.
the country that's saying they're not supporting Asian
Hair stores and
stores
nails,
and
shit.
stuff
I mean, yeah,
because of the Asian man that shot that black boy
yeah,
in the
Yeah.
back
yeah.
for not stealing water.
Right.
All right.
So
Okay.
for me, I haven't been
Serenity Walker. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm just.
I haven't been supporting anything that is concentrated Asian, and I've been working on not watching anime. So
Anime. What's that?
Asian cartoons.
Oh, they let you know. See, I don't even.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I just was telling some people, you go up there to the one little restaurant, all they kids serving you, and we the adults, they serving you and taking it and then you pouring their money to them. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
I've been
I mean,
purposely looking
but that's
for
we
black
love. But
owned
look,
restaurants, black owned businesses,
George.
and that's what I want my money to go to.
And until we change it, it'll never. It's gonna always be the same.
Same
But
result.
we are the ones who we
Well,
don't
I'm
hold on.
making my
Check it out.
steps to
Yeah,
change
and
it
I'm
by
with you.
not
I mean,
putting my
you see,
money
I'm
in
the
that
same
direction.
one talking about
Yeah.
talking about our community grocery store. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's right.
You know, for real. So I'm big on that. But at the same time, you know, it one person ain't hurting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, not to discourage you, because we should fall in line.
Well,
That's the
even
way
if
we should.
I'm the only one, I ain't gonna ever quit.
You ain't gonna never be the only one.
I ain't ever
You
gonna
ain't got to
quit.
worry about that. You ain't never gonna be the only one. But the point I'm trying to make is we have to come together as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Just like we come together
Absolutely.
when somebody passed away and you come
Right.
into their funeral,
Yeah.
then support while
Or
they alive.
or a skating party,
yeah,
or a birthday party.
or what they call it, and the kids ain't even really graduating no more with open houses and
Right.
all that, and they ain't going to
Mhm.
college. They just trying to get a
Right.
bag
Yeah.
right quick. So you know, but I'm saying, you know, so okay.
Well, see, read what
Serenity-
surrender to me. Surrender
no,
to me, Walker.
Her name's Serenity. Oh, you saying no surrender to you?
I said surrender to me,
Okay. I thought you
Walker.
yeah,
See what
yeah.
she got to say.
All right. Getting back to the tongue topic, I want to say this. Getting back to the tongue topic. I want to say this. We need to speak positively to ourselves every day. Positive affirmations. I just put the
Yep.
affirmations part in, and to our
Yep.
children. You know,
Yes.
the tongue is powerful. The Bible
Mhm.
speaks about this from Genesis to Revelations. You know, life
Mhm.
and death is in our tongue. Respect, love, grace, or disrespect, anger, negativity. If you
Mhm.
always negative, no one is going to want to talk to you. And Serenity, yeah, that's well put, and that's the truth. And I totally agree. You ain't gonna get no argument out of nobody.
1,000%.
Yeah, 1,000% we agree. You know, and we just had to get back to supporting what's good, what's real. You know what I mean? And supporting each other.
Mhm.
Because everybody need everybody. And however we got tricked into thinking that it's us against the world, then we really got tricked.
Yeah,
That's a trick. That's one of the
right.
biggest tricks played us,
Uh,
because everybody else
yeah.
stick together.
Yeah,
But and
quick commercial though. I could have swore I seen somebody look like Serenity Walker walking across 3 football fields to get to a library.
shut up.
I'm not lying. I really thought I seen somebody look like Miss Serenity Walker. 3 football fields of walking to get to a library. But go ahead.
No.
Shut up.
Shut up. That's very rude. You just read positivity,
But you know,
I have to
but
be rude
it's
to you, Micah, because it's out
okay.
of
Hold on.
love.
Who is Terry Lisa? Did I read that? No.
yeah,
She said
that's
it takes a village. I didn't read that part. It was
It do.
Erica
But
Jameson.
listen, let me
I
tell
think the
you.
focus is supposed to be.
Can I say something?
hold on, let him
And
read this right quick.
Hold on, because we
okay, go
have
ahead.
people who
Okay,
okay.
because I can't see. I'm
This is
sorry. Go ahead.
okay.
We know that
This is you got. That's why you're supposed to be in the studio. So be here next week.
Oh my God.
Erica, what's that? Jameson.
Jemison.
Jemison. Okay, Erica Jemison said, "I think the focus is on supposed to be rapper lifestyles. That's where most of this youth. Hold on, what happened, man? Most of
Yeah.
this youth is listening to,
And they
and they
think it's
think and they
real.
think it's real. Well, yeah, you know, yeah. A lot of
Oh,
people
hold
do
on.
emulate what?
Read that up there. There goes
Which one?
Shereen. I'm back.
Oh, she said, oh,
Top and the
top.
bottom.
Okay, Serenity Walker. She said, I'm back in college, my man. I was going to the library. I was going to the library. Stop stalking me.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was me.
me.
Okay.
so it was
Yeah, so
true.
I guess Mike was you be no boy, you something else, man. They don't call you Money Mike for nothing. You dig? You
Oh
been as
my
well.
She was
That's what
looking
I'm
God.
saying.
good now. She was
Okay,
looking good.
okay. Well, she back in
Hey,
college.
hey,
Congratulations. You
congratulations.
know what I mean? And
Really.
that's what we need. More smart people.
Yes.
Yeah, more
Yes.
study, more well studied people.
But
You know, go ahead. Go
can
ahead.
I say
Go
something?
ahead.
Go
Of
ahead.
course you can.
And I'm 100,000% on the village and everybody,
That's what tell me
every
shit.
as
Willie, I
as
hear
our
you.
culture
Yes, definitely
is
it takes a
sticking
village.
together. But let me I'm not the devil's advocate, and I'm not the one to put the
We
sore
can't hear
thumb
you.
out
You
there.
went
Yeah, speak
down. You
up.
went down.
And I can't,
Whatever you
and I'm
did.
not the one. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
No,
No, just put that cigarette
whatever you
down and go
did.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever
Oh
you,
my God.
whatever
Okay,
you.
let me put my cigarette down. Shit. Okay, so now
Uh-oh.
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
So, but I'm a total, I'm 1,000% with that. But let me tell you what the problem is with us adults as a culture of African Americans, especially here in Flint, Michigan. It's a bunch of haters out here. I must say, because I sit back and I'm quiet. I don't say nothing. I don't speak on nothing too much. But I see it's just people that just don't want to see other people climb and work together with each other. And the minute that they do, it's like it's money, it's accolades out here for everybody. It's enough for everybody to shine. It's enough room for everybody to eat. It's enough money. It's enough everything. But to me, a lot of us here in Flint do not know how to work together, and it's just a lot of
It ain't.
jealousy
Here,
or hate. I don't know what it
I
is.
don't.
I
I don't.
don't know
I
what
don't.
it is.
I don't think. I don't think. Stephanie, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I don't think that
But
I think that we
maybe
have an
I'm not
issue with
saying it right.
working together. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that I know that we can. You know what I mean? But I think we have an issue with working together because for real, I'm really starting to think that people might be scared to see us really being successful in real life,
When you say
coming
that,
together.
Yes.
You
when you
know?
say that, who?
Yes.
I mean, what we speaking on is the same crab in the barrel mentality
Yeah.
that was developed. What we speaking on is the same thing that Malcolm X was telling us. You know,
Was
Mm-hmm.
that 60 years ago? You know,
yes,
or
some
longer.
years
You know?
ago or
Yeah,
longer.
yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, Medgar Evans.
Yeah, everybody.
You
You
Yeah.
know,
know,
everybody.
all of them.
So this is not a new problem, but we
Right.
got to come up with a new solution.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's
Exactly.
not a new problem.
Because it ain't. You ain't got to think it. It's a fact
Yeah,
that we are.
our worst
Once
own
they know
enemy,
when we
man.
when we
We are our own worst
right,
enemy.
and they
Thank you.
also know how strong we are from back in them those back in Alabama, Birmingham,
You talking
Alabama.
about doing the
The,
civil rights movement or something?
some of
Yep.
that's that there, yes. And when
Jim Crow era.
they say, hey, we ain't shopping at y'all stuff then,
Yeah, but we
but it
stuck
was just
together
for the
then.
wrong reason. But they know
But
unity
you can't
is
tell somebody don't
unbeatable.
stop. Hold up. You can't say don't shop over here when you ain't got nowhere else for them to go.
No, no, no. It worked. It
Huh? You
it
said what?
worked. It
What'd you
worked.
say, George?
I mean, that's what they did. They didn't want us shopping in their stuff.
It
But we
worked.
had somewhere else for you to go.
No, 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 no. Y'all got that wrong. No, the blacks came together down in Birmingham, Alabama, and said, well, since y'all don't want nothing to do with us, we through spending our money in y'all
Yeah,
stores.
yeah.
Once that money went down, they said, hold
Come on
on.
in.
Let's
They
not be
want to meet
hateful.
at the table.
Here go,
Let's
let's
not be so.
this.
Yeah, facts, facts.
So
Yeah, I've been to
it's
the Civil Rights
effective.
But we not
Museum.
we not
Hold
strong
on.
enough to do
No,
it.
once they seen that we would do that, that's when the underhanded feeding the drugs community, the police back then allowing the black, hey, you gonna let them come on your turf? They use that pit us against each other thing, and it's still working to this day.
Yeah, yeah,
Bottom line.
yeah.
Yep. You know what, Mike? The problem is
Well,
that I think our culture was stronger back then because of what they had to endure. I think as years went on, we have come weakened
oh, ain't no
because
question. Ain't no question about that.
we
I think we became very unappreciative, very ungrateful because
yes,
once
that
they
too.
made things easier, said forget they work since it's easier, we gonna sit down, not understanding the importance of how strong a chain
Lazy.
is,
Yeah,
and it's only as weak as the weakest link, and one weak
it's only
link after
strong as the
another
weakest link.
came in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, George.
I want to add to what you're saying, Mike. My viewpoint of it is that integration is a drug that's stronger than crack cocaine,
Yes,
heroin,
I
Facts.
agree.
meth, or anything, or
I agree.
fentanyl, because integration says that You can go wherever you want to. You don't have to worry about barriers or boundaries. But the thing is, that's the surface. Because when you go, then you got people saying, "Yeah, you can come in
We'll
here,
take
but
your
you,
money, but we don't want your
but you
business.
ain't. I ain't got to guarantee you no good service. I can make you feel as uncomfortable as I want to. You go ahead and come in here and do what you want." But some people like, I'm here. I done made it. I'm comfortable. This is the greatest thing. I'm like this. I, I I've said it before. I believe in organized crime. I believe in segregation. I believe in certain things, but I also believe in working together. I believe everybody should have their own communities to be able to work together because the concept of the United States of America is everybody doing their part in order to make a great nation.
What happened? What happened to discourage that? I agree with you 100%. But let's not forget Black Wall Street.
Yeah,
The minute we
Tulsa,
said
Oklahoma.
fine and went to doing our own thing,
Mhm.
certain people wasn't having it and destroyed it.
And destroyed it, burnt
Because you
it
mess with
down.
the
Blew
status
it up.
quo. You mess with the status quo when people. So like if you go to a different country, like me when I went to Japan, the way that their technology and everything is compared to ours is light years ahead.
Right.
You know, it's still some stuff I'm seeing in Japan 10, 15 years ago that I'm like, well, I'm waiting for it to still come here. Like, and so when it comes to the Black Americans or indigenous or first Americans here, every time they tried to destroy us, we still came back and did some stuff. And then we built everything, we created the different stuff, we innovated stuff. And they like, how the hell is they still smiling and
And gave
laughing
us
and
credit
building
and
and
gave
all
us
this other
Because
credit
stuff?
we
for
were
none
supposed
of
to
it.
be a crush race.
Yeah.
With they plan that took place, we were supposed to be a crush race. But every single time you try to knock that race down, they came back and back
Mhm.
and back. So the strength is there, we know it, but nobody's willing to put the sacrifice in no more. They rather take and say, well, you know
The
They
what?
say
easy
every
route
man
I'll
want
out.
set
heaven, no
every
man
man
want to
for
die.
themselves.
No,
Yeah.
every man want heaven,
Yeah,
no
but
nobody
nobody
want
want
to
to die.
die.
Yeah, but going
But
off
it
what you're
did.
saying
Every
too,
man for themselves.
we're at
I
the
mean, yeah.
edge. We're at a pinnacle. We're at a stage to where they, the system or the globe hasn't been able to destroy the American black, but we're right at a step to where it is possible because we see everything in
We
front of us,
self-destructive.
and we're that part. We're
Exactly.
self-destructive, and we haven't. We're
They had that
missing.
song back in the
Mhm.
day,
We're
self-destruction.
missing
They
the
told us
gap
it.
in
Was
the
that
youth.
Public Enemy?
Like
They
No, that
kept
was everybody.
profile.
Who's that?
That was
Self-destruction.
that was everybody. That was a
yeah,
collective. That was
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That
that
was
was
one of them like Ready
KRS
for
A
the
One.
World thing.
collaboration
Yeah,
of
that was
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That was like We Are the
Okay.
World,
Yeah.
But yeah. So
So yeah.
but yeah, but listen,
Speaking of Ready for the World, uh,
oh,
is that what you said?
mm-mm,
Oh,
no,
I thought you said Ready for the World.
no, another show.
Oh,
Listen,
Sheila.
but I just wanted to actually say, we wanted to thank everybody for coming in, tuning in, and please like, please subscribe. I want to send another special shout out to Out of the Mud. I want to send a special shout out to James. Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, to George F. Grundy II.
Definitely.
To Money Mike, to Miss Stephanie,
Thank you.
to Miss Juice the Truth, to everybody who has shows on Out of the Mud. I want to send a special shout out to all y'all. Hey, and I gotta send a shout out to Tara Lisa. We have to send a shout out to Tara Lisa. She our day one. You know what I mean? And what they say? What they say? Money Mike, I'm tripping now.
I gotta say
get
Money
some
Mike, I'm
security
tripping. Now I gotta give me some
guards.
security
Over there,
guards
I got-
now. You got me.
You see me going to
Hey,
study.
Mike, if I
He
didn't have
see
fish
me going to
scales,
get my stuff.
Mike,
What?
if I didn't have fish scales and gut juice, fish guts, I might have would have made it.
Okay, but listen,
You
that
know, you
sounds
clean
so
your
gory.
fish.
That sounds so gory. But listen,
Yeah, because he got
check it
got
out.
me cleaning fish.
Okay, now hold up. Let's hear it. So, is there
Lying on me
anything
again.
that my lovely co-host, Miss Stephanie Winfrey, would like to say before we conclude conclude this episode and to next year? I mean, to next week.
Yes.
I know we was
Yes.
suspended.
Next week. No,
Next
go
week.
ahead. I'm listening.
Well, Mike got me cleaning fish over here,
Oh
y'all.
my God.
Okay, all right. Now,
That's
is there
all.
anything Mr. Money Mike would like to say before we leave?
Yeah,
before
what
we
I would
leave
like
here?
to say before we close the show is
Hold on, we have some. What you got? What to say?
Willie.
It's going. Oh, Willie's. Okay, he said it's going to take. It's going to take the men to stop this. We are ahead of the table. everything's not
Yep.
right in
It's
society is
Yep.
men's responsibility.
okay.
Yep.
I think it take all of us, but for real, because the women, them girls, never
Yep.
underestimate the power of that woman. And I ain't talking about just the womb being magnetic. I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about the
Hmm.
power of that woman. Where if she say, "I want intelligence out of men. I'm only interested if you intelligent."
You must
Men
have
would
seen
Yep.
Chirac.
no men would.
Chirac put that out there.
I
What you
promise. I
saying?
ain't never said it. I
No,
ain't never seen
no.
it.
Keep the
Listen,
violence. No ass.
hey, yeah, hey, listen.
The
But
violence. No.
but I'm telling you, overnight, if
Yeah.
if the women say, if the girls, the young ladies, and the women say, I'm impressed by intelligence, all this dumb talk and high talk
Yep.
and all that, we don't even want it. We ain't even interested in it. They would stop
Yep.
it. They would stop it immediately.
But
So
I agree with
everybody
you
need to
with
play
that.
their part.
I'm gonna give my last words by
Good.
saying, my prayers out to all the people and men and women, especially women that's fighting and battling cancer.
Yeah, facts,
I just want to
facts.
send that out.
Anybody that's,
For all
our
this,
prayers go to anybody that's
cancer victims.
dealing with anything, dealing with
Yes.
their body, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cast it out.
Especially as we get older.
Period.
Yeah.
Just period. But we can do better. We need to come together. And I challenge. This is my last words for the day, for the evening. And I challenge everyone to speak positivity in everybody you see for the next week.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Everybody speak
Yeah.
positivity. Let the tongue work in a beautiful way. What about the black kids that kill each other
Mm-mm.
in Flint? Do we stop supporting them?
Oh
Or
no.
does no? You don't stop supporting them. You teach them.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you have to. We have had to we going to a whole nother, we've
Subject
been
on
to a
that
whole
one.
nother show.
Yeah.
So we might talk about that next week. Just tune in, Willie, man. Appreciate you
Thank
coming in,
everybody.
and thank everybody for making the comments. And please like, please subscribe, and thank you, 1,000
Hmm.
thanks, and come check us out. We'll be here next week doing the same thing at the same time. Have a nice productive week, and speak positivity in others' lives, please.
Love y'all.
Love you